After 6 weeks of testimony in the trial of former Massey Energy CEO Blankenship, the defense rested its case without calling a single witness. Reporters outside the courtroom in the courthouse today questioned Blankenship on the abrupt closure. Take a listen.
You don't think this is surprising?
No.
All right, to a lot of observers, though, the announcement did come as a surprise. Blankenship is facing 3 charges for allegedly conspiring to violate mine safety regulations before the Upper Big Branch mine explosion in 2010. West Virginia Metro News' Jeff Jenkins joins me now. You've been in there since day one. In the courtroom today, they said, we're not going to call any witnesses. We rest. What went through the minds and what did you hear in the courtroom?
Well, I think it was a surprise to everybody because, the defense hasn't been short about anything.
Right.
They've done it.
We've had delays getting to this trial. We knew
yes.
they had potential to call 120 witnesses and none.
But you see, that's the defense has an advantage because they go second.
Right.
And so they hear the prosecution's case. So obviously the defense attorneys thought, okay, we don't have to put on any witnesses because we think that we've made our case through questioning of the prosecution witnesses.
Some of those witnesses, we'll get to that in a second, have been on the stand for days and days. You and I were there in 2010 for a week at the foot of the mine. It's extremely emotional when you think about those 29 men who died. We know it was a long week. No emotion can get into this, though, because this is about proving facts.
Well, but that's kind of what's been called the elephant in the room.
Right.
Because Don Blankenship is not charged with causing the explosion.
Right.
That killed 29 miners. But you can't get by that. And jurors have heard that about the explosion, and it's been talked about. But there will be instructions again that he's not charged with this at all. So, but how can they'll have to separate that somehow and look at the charges specifically.
Look at the charges, and there are 3 of them specifically. Jeff, you've done a fantastic job covering this trial for us, and we will be on verdict watch, I guess, at the next few days.
We will be.
Jeff Jenkins from Metro News, thanks so much for being here.
Amanda.
We appreciate it. Now, the jury will be back to the federal courthouse at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. If he's convicted on all 3 of those charges, Blankenship faces a maximum sentence of 30 years.